Okay, so what we need now is a kind of stabby sound that can evolve with a bit of filtering. I like to get really full-on sounds and then take all the filtering down and see if you can do one of those classic arrangements that you often hear in this type of darkroom techno track, where you start off with a very subliminal kind of low pass filtered sound, and as the track goes along you open it up and you have various parameters that start to kick in, and it opens up into a kind of large kind of digitalish wall of sound. What I first want to do, I've just had a look at the CPU usage. It's quite a large chain here, so I'm going to quickly just record this drone, a couple of bars, so I can get the movement of the phaser sound. But this is just to free up some CPU. I don't want to start glitching and stuff like that. So we just and what I'm going to do with this one here, get rid of all those now, and got my Komplete control library here. I'm going to drag one of the instruments in here, and I'm going to try and find one of the more sort of evolving, stabby, kind of digital wall of sound type sounds to bring into our track. Usually takes a bit of time to load the Komplete control library. There we go. So what I want is probably stabs, synth miscellaneous stabs. One of the really good instruments for this type of sound would be Razor. So let's go through some Razor sounds, and I'm going to go back to my, actually let's rename this because it's no longer the drone is here. Okay. Oops, does that sometimes. If I'm too quick on the old right click of the mouse, it deletes the track. Okay, we're back again. Just rename that. Anything for now, so don't get confused. Okay, so I'm going to go to the random chords, and I am going to change this now to the straight dominant chord. Okay, so let's do that again, shall we? Let's go to our instruments, let's restrict it to Razor, and we go to synth miscellaneous. Let's choose the stabs and hits. Let's give us some space here. So just going to try some of these at random. It might sound completely terrible, but we might get lucky again. We've been pretty lucky so far. Take the volume down a bit. A bit too metallic, that sound. Let's go to space dock. Too pad-like for me. Here we go, this sounds good. Just want to hear what it sounds like with the various macros. Excellent stuff. So we've got our movement there. We can open this up fully, get rid of that. I can get this even more Put filter right down. Get a bit more release. That's it. Move the envelope. Modulation of the low pass increased a little bit. Yeah, it's a pretty good sound. Now it's a case of getting a decent Here we go. Okay. Now obviously that's a bit in your face, but what we can do is go back to our macros here. So we can start really low. And I want to get that even lower, to be honest. Okay, I'm really pleased with that actually. And name that. I told you I'm fussy when it comes to naming things, but I get completely lost otherwise. So yeah, pretty pleased with that, but I want it to filter down even more, so got another excellent filter plugin here, very clean one actually. It's from FabFilter, who are renowned for their excellent filters. This is just a very simple filter, it's called the micro filter. It's just a basic low pass or high pass. So let's assign the low pass parameters of frequency and resonance, which they call peak here. I've assigned it to this XY controller in our effects chain here. And we can filter it right down at the beginning of the track. You can obviously and switch over here. I need that one, we just got the filter here. Okay, so let's get a bit of movement in this stab going, and I do think once again a bit of panning would really suit this sound. It's quite a fast pan, maybe that's better. Again, it's quite subtle. And again, I'm going to use that kind of ducking effect. sound pretty good. I'm rushing through it, but I'm quite pleased with this. It's sounding quite pumping. Got the right number of elements in here. We just have to pretty much build up an arrangement soon. I haven't got any kind of sequence line in at the moment. I think that might get lost, but I'm going to chuck in everything here just to show you that you can maybe play with all three elements. So let's get that going next.
If you like this course, why not head over to sonicacademy.com, where we have hundreds of complete track builds in every genre imaginable, including all the project files and samples. You'll also find tutorials on plugins and synths, mixing and mastering, over 250 tech tips, artist interviews, along with our award-winning plugins, samples and preset packs.